What's up, guys? This is one of the 6 catches we did on this little tour of the Northeast/Midwest. So if you want to see the rest of these catches early between them, they are. Okay, guys, this is part 1 of the worst ever that you'll see on YouTube. If it's not the worst ever, let me know in the comments. And if it is, coming outside for a minute. Sure. Oh, sure. All right, I guess I'm going to tell you, we were Melanie the whole time. All right.
Okay.
So I'm sure you don't want them knowing, right?
About what?
Melanie. Melanie Jackson.
Okay.
Every single one of your messages.
Oh, that her. Oh, okay. Yeah. I've been talking to that person since November.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. How old is she?
I think she said she was 9 or something like that.
No, she was 8.
Yeah. Okay.
You just know so nonchalant about it? That's
Yeah.
fine. Okay. Well, here she said she was 8, and I want to ask you about these messages, because obviously police could get involved, and it could get very ugly for only one of us.
It could get really ugly for me.
Absolutely. And then you mentioned that
I'm a
multiple
business
times.
owner. Yeah, I'm a business owner.
You're at your business right now.
Yeah.
So is there like a private place we could probably talk about this?
Sure. What do we want to talk about? But you got the cameras going, so I'm not cool with that.
Protection purposes.
Okay, as long as protection purposes, I'm fine with that. I really am, okay? Because here's the thing on these. I see them on YouTube all the time.
You mentioned that too.
Yeah. And
do you recognize me?
I do, actually. That's why it's like...
What channel?
YouTube. I watch it on YouTube. I just randomly scan through my YouTube and shit like that. I'll tell you guys, I was sick doing this myself, okay? Please, I promise I'll share some detailed stuff with you, as long as you promise not to put it on YouTube.
We don't post every video.
Please don't post this one. I'm just a brand new business, growing family. I'm in classes right now. I'm actually going to go to my counselor since you guys came in. I thank you guys for this. Okay. I really do. Look, I got goosebumps, man. I swear to God, I thank you guys for this.
So you're a registered?
I am.
Okay. About that, so how old? I didn't know about that. Okay. We're going to be honest with each other?
I am being honest with you, man.
Yeah, yeah. And, you know, thanks for telling me that. How old was what was the charge?
It was my daughter. And she started when she was, I know it's disgusting, guys. It is. It is. I agree. And it's something I'm in classes for right now.
Okay, how old was your daughter at the time?
It started when she was 4 and it was 9 when she did the best thing she could have done and reported me. And that's been over 15 years ago. I did 10 years in prison for it. I got out, started my life all over again. I had my own job. That's why I asked, please don't post this stuff, guys. I got a wonderful fiance, has no idea about this stuff. Okay.
So your fiance doesn't know?
No, she knows about that, 100%. Yeah, she goes to my classes with me. This is me. Look, man, I'm scared right now because this would ruin my whole entire life. I honestly was going to cancel. I swear to God, I was going to cancel. I put on everything because my gut feeling went. So. Hey,
but make sure you get both of us so we can make sure nobody's hitting each other.
Yeah, I'm not going to hit nobody.
No, I know.
I'm not. Just don't hit me.
But I know.
I deserve it.
I know you do, but yeah, so you were going to cancel?
I was.
Okay.
I wouldn't have gone through with it. This is actually the first one I've talked to like this, and we just had conversation for the longest time. And they've been pretty decent. You got to admit, they've been pretty decent.
Yeah,
up till today and yesterday. And I tried keeping it decent. And I wanted to keep it just, it was, I guess you might say it was me testing myself, and I failed.
Yeah, no, you called her a unicorn a bunch of times.
She liked it, though, that's why.
Yeah.
You liked it. Were you the one texting?
It was a lot of us. We did like it. Yeah, we understand. Little did you know you were calling her a unicorn because she turned out being fake and non-existent. But, you know, I'm sure you didn't know that at the time.
It makes sense.
That's why we thought unicorn was funny. But
let's go over here, guys.
Sure.
And by the way, just so you guys know, I'm not a violent person, but we are on cameras and everything too. So.
Good. That's looking good.
I know I did.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I'm in classes for this, and I've actually been in classes for 7 years now.
And, well, I know Oregon's education system is, you know, bottom of the barrel, especially with this new law where literally minority kids don't even have to get an education at this point.
Right.
So I guess you're the product of the Oregon education system, because what have you learned in these 7 years to still do this?
Temptation's still there.
Okay. Well, God, before we get into any of these messages, so what happened with your daughter at the age of 4?
Well, let's get some back history so you guys understand.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
made the wrong choices. They were my choices to make.
Okay.
I was from the time I was 4 until I was 7.
Okay.
And the guy was supposed to be a male influence on me because my dad was in prison.
Okay.
And for drugs and stuff like that. I grew up in a very poor family.
Okay. Oregon?
Oregon, yeah. I'm here my whole life.
Okay.
Except for the schooling I had in Arizona.
Sure.
I am an educated man. I've got a master's degree in automotive tech, automotive diesel.
Okay.
That's why I do what I do. When I had my daughter with a different woman than my sons are, because I have 2 boys too.
I noticed in your pictures on Instagram the daughter's not pictured.
She's a victim.
Yeah, is that why she's not on your Instagram?
Yeah.
She doesn't really like you anymore, does she?
No, it's not that. I haven't seen her since she was 10, and she's 25 now.
Does she ever have interest in seeing you?
That's one of the things that's why this startled me that I even made this choice. My daughter did contact my oldest son, and they are in contact for school, for birthdays and Christmas and stuff like that. And she asked instead of saying, how's Fred doing, she asked, hey, how's Dad doing? And he told her. He told her all of it. And after I told my counselor that, they made my classes a little more harder, and they put a little more homework in because they wanted to, just in case she did, it's her choice to contact me. But this was only a few months ago, so she's trying to open the door up. She's 25 now. She's trying to open the door up so we can be in contact again. And I would love to be able to write her a letter or see her face to face and explain my side of it. And it wasn't because it was easy target, if that makes sense.
Okay. So obviously if someone's an easy target, single moms are easy targets.
Yeah.
Easy targets are battered women. Those are easy targets.
Right. No.
So if it's the whole easy target aspect, surely you could fine.
It was a sexual desire. It was a sexual deviancy for younger women.
You've always
smaller bodies.
When did you find this attraction to younger women? When did it start for
15.
you? 15. But this wasn't just a 13-year-old that a lot of people.
No, she was at the bottom spectrum of my MO.
This is a toddler.
I agree.
It's a toddler. This is a 4-year-old. They can't even form sentences at this point.
I understand.
So what
and
about?
So you guys know I live without pain in my heart every day. I do.
Yeah.
I always have, and
You
I always
should.
will. And this right here just makes it even worse. This makes me nauseous. But that's why I sent a text and you guys just didn't respond. Whoever was responding just now, I sent a text an hour ago, seeing if they're okay. Mm-hmm. And then when she responded again, or when you guys responded again, I would just say, I'm not going to make it tonight.
Okay.
I have Life 360 tracking on my phone. It tracks me anywhere I go. And when I picked my phone up, I was going to turn my tracker off here, so it looked like I was still at my shop, present at my shop. When I picked my phone up, I looked at that and I went, what am I doing? That's when I sent that text, because I wanted to have her respond. Like, hey, I'm not going to make it tonight. This is probably not going to be
Right.
And I'm not telling you guys no bullshit, because you guys do this all the time.
No, and you're very open with us. And
I'm going to be straightforward.
Yeah.
No reason to be.
Yeah, of course. There's some people that run away.
I
from
actually
us,
appreciate you guys.
We appreciate you too.
Because I appreciate what you do, and if you need some help, I got a lot of inside stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
yeah, no, we're always looking for decoys and all of
and
that.
I know it's disgusting my choices I was making, but I put it on my business, I put it on my mom, I put it on everything, guys. When I picked up my Life 360, I was like, I'm not going to do this. I don't want to lose my business because I'm on probation right now. For this, I'll be on probation until 2026.
Yeah, no, of course.
What's your name?
My name is Gordon Flowers.
I'm
Meet you
the right way this time.
Absolutely.
Your name?
Absolutely.
Nathan?
Yeah.
And your photo guys? Jose? Kevin?
Yeah, no, we're always looking for an insider would be great. I mean, America during World War II, Americans took on scientists.
Do you mind if I?
Sure. So I mean, if it wasn't for Einstein coming from the enemy side,
right,
we wouldn't have the nuke. So we can definitely look for some job openings for you for sure.
It's input of information, because when I sit in classes and I hear about how guys contact their victims and they talk to their victims and everything else.
Right.
If we were talking since November, and I was keeping it very adult to child talk up until these last few months. And let me tell you guys.
Well, I need to let you know, the adult to child, that's the whole problem.
I know it is.
Go
I
on.
know.
Okay.
And I haven't had any triggers in a while.
Okay.
This is me. I'm not blaming this on my mental status,
Sure.
but Thursday last week, I was told because of my heart condition, I have 4 to 7 years left to live. And that's not.
You have a heart?
I do have a heart.
That's surprising.
I understand.
He's pretty sociopathic based on all these messages, but all right. Well,
Yeah, I deserve that.
yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
No, I have the heart in my chest. Okay, I do have something that makes me, still bleed and everything else. And that's bad. And it triggered me into not a right state. Because the conversations, I don't know, you tell me. You tell me the conversations I know it's adult and child, but I was just talking with her because how you guys made it sound is she needed somebody to talk to anyways.
Right.
That's what I got. That was back in November.
Right. Of course. So about your 4-year-old daughter, how did you get turned on by her body?
It was just a sexual drive. It didn't matter. It is a female sexual drive. There's been, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, and you guys are gonna make me think I'm a disgusting person, but that's why I'm in counseling to get all fixed in my head. And this, I was triggered and me up. I should have never done this.
Okay, so a sexual drive for a 4-year-old. Sure, there's for 18-year-old, 19-year-old, so on and so on. But a 4-year-old.
Here's the thing.
Sure.
Somebody who has never been in your shoes, you won't ever understand. And I can't explain to the best. I cannot explain it to you.
Well, I actually got to tell you, I actually am in your shoes right now. This is from a catch in Sacramento where he dropped his shoes, and I actually am in your shoes. I can understand. Come on.
Yeah. I try to be straight with you guys. You don't got to beat me up.
I'm not.
Okay.
No, go on, but in your shoes. I'll be serious. Go on.
And I, that's the question that we're still trying to. I already graduated, gone back through schooling, and done everything else. That's the question they don't know how to answer. That's the question they don't teach us to find.
Well, the thing is something had to give you, right, about this 4-year-old. That's just not even comprehensible to me.
Sure, we walk a little more.
Okay.
Not that I'm trying to move you guys further away.
No, I get it. You don't need that. You go get the car.
So, have you guys called the cops on me now?
No, we haven't called the cops. This is all 4 of us here. But, okay, so what specifically about the 4-year-old was it? Like, could it have been her soul, her innocence?
Her innocence, and this is where I came to where it was at. It was the innocence and the idea of being self-centered, thinking that I can please anybody, didn't matter what age they were.
How did that originally get in your mind, though? Like, what was the trigger that made you attracted to 4-year-olds?
Easy target, playfulness, joyful. When I'd wrestle around with her, it'd make me aroused just by wrestling before I even did anything with her, just playing around, tickle time and everything like that.
But not only is this a 4-year-old, which is so out of bounds.
Right.
It's your daughter.
Right. I understand that, and I live with that every day.
That's unbelievable.
I'm telling you, man, it was a very hard situation, and it still is, and I still deal with it every day.
Well, but how did you rationalize this to yourself for 5 years? And how could she comprehend to finally report you? Like, how does she realize that this is not normal, what's happening to me? What do you think happened to her?
Well, that was the catch-22. I taught her bad touch and no touch, and bad touch and good touch.
Really?
And I taught her by showing her, unfortunately, but I taught her that. And I said, if anybody ever touches you, you need to tell Dad or go to the cops.
You're not supposed to have hands-on learning with your daughter when it comes to sex ed.
I fully understand that.
Do you?
I do. That was going to get canceled tonight, guys. If you guys would have pushed it a little more, you would have if you would have answered that last text, I would have canceled. And then I would have canceled it, and I would have backed off from it because my brain wasn't going good. And after thinking about this, when I sat down to turn off my Life 360 so I couldn't be tracked, I went, no, this isn't going to happen. This is a child that I don't need to be doing this with. She's innocent. She's home alone.
So
That's part of the thinking errors they teach me in my classes. There's 37 major thinking errors. One, justifying. I'm justifying. Okay, she's curious and she wants to read. She wants to learn. You guys are really good on how you guys scope stuff, but she's curious and she wants to learn. And if there's any other on here, I don't want to take advantage of her and hurt her really bad. You know, that was what was going through my head. And then when I was thinking about
the definition of statutory, right?
Yeah.
You expressed interest in wanting to do that. So how does you doing it make it any better than somebody else doing it?
Well, that's why I said I was going to cancel tonight. I wish you guys would have answered that question, because you would have found answered when I last texted you, because you guys would have found out that I was canceled.
I'm just going to let you know, since you've been talking for 9 months, 9 times 30, that's 270. You talking for 270 days, talking sexual, calling her your unicorn, expressing interest in meeting her multiple times. You saying whether it's true or not, I'm not really going to ask you about that because it's so irrelevant to anything. You coming to meet or not tonight, 270 days, man. That's.
There was going to be a follow-up on this. Is educational for her and is educational for me. Would have been counseling and explaining to her why I'm counseling and what's going on.
The thing is, somebody that's talking to her,
which has been for the last couple of weeks.
Somebody that's expressed interest in, there's no teaching that you have to do.
I understand.
If you were going to message her at all, the only teaching should have been get off this app, don't talk to anybody, then you block her. Or you report this to the police. She said she was from Eugene. You report this to the police, man. That this girl's on here. They try to find her parents.
Right.
That's the only teaching that should have happened. And leave it to the parents to teach. And if the parents are bad teachers, it's not your place.
I got you.
Especially when you weren't trying to be the teacher here. Well, you did mention teacher things, but that was about licking tacos.
Yeah, negative stuff. No, I understand. Like I told you guys when you first walked up, I do appreciate what you guys do.
Yeah.
I do. Because you educate the public and other people.
Yeah, of course. So with your daughter, how long were you going to plan on touching her for?
I don't know. Do you know how many New Year's Eves I set a resolution to never going to do that again and I seek help? The thing was that they don't offer help. Once you with somebody, they don't offer help without help.
So what? Why is that bad? Well, of course they don't.
Well, they didn't. They do now. You can go to counseling offices and tell them you have a situation, and then they will put you in the program. They will do a polygraph test. You know what a polygraph test is? It's where they put a rubber band with a sensor around and they see what amuses you.
Okay.
What gets you aroused.
Okay.
They do those tests. They run you through a polygraph tests and everything. And I do a polygraph test every 6 months, and I've passed every one of them. And I'm due for one now.
Okay. So what do they ask you in the polygraph test?
If you had any contact with a minor.
You would have failed this one if you said no.
If I would have showed up.
Okay.
That's why I said I was nervous. I didn't want to show up in the first place.
Okay. Go on.
Other parts of my brain was fishing me on to show up.
Okay.
So, honestly, I think after this, because I was catfished, my fiance and I was catfished a while back by a girl on Facebook.
How old was she?
On Instagram, 27.
Okay.
And I think out of this, I'm going to delete my Instagram and never be on there again.
Yeah, of course.
So,
do people in there know
everyone in my crew knows them.
that you touched your daughter?
They know everything about my stuff. I don't hide it.
Have you hired them? They work for you now?
They didn't turn out because they were still making. One of them, he became an alcoholic and it was affecting him at work, and the other one was a narcissist, and he was messing up more vehicles than he could work on. So they turned out not to be very good.
Okay.
And if I did have to work with me right now, I'd really just tell you, since you guys are straight up and you told me you weren't going to put this on the videos. My lead mechanic, 18 years ago, he was with 17 years, and he did time in jail for that.
I hope y'all don't have a lot of bring your daughter to work days here. Okay, thank God for that.
I keep it really controlled around here, man. We really do.
Okay.
You know, we keep it very controlled. My secretary has a daughter, and she knows about my status, and she'll bring her here for like an hour with her dad. That's just for lunch break, and they leave. And then I usually am out in the shop when it's from there.
Okay.
I steer myself away from situations like this, and I put myself in this situation. That's why when you brought this out, and I didn't know her last name.
Okay.
I never asked her.
So it's you still have this attraction to underage kids, I guess, for now.
I do, but it's something I'm working on, and this right here is another eye opener of why I shouldn't.
How many eye openers do you need to have in the past, 10 years?
I did.
Jail wasn't an eye opener for you?
No,
enough.
it was.
Not enough. Not enough.
But I've been out of prison for 8 years.
Interesting. Not enough. 7 years of the Oregon educational system isn't an eye opener for anybody, obviously.
No.
Then, so it's 10 years, man, with education.
Well, the reality too. Here's another reality too. You could have thrown in there also on an eye opener. I've been in business 19 months.
Sure.
I started this business with everything I have. I own my own cars. That Toyota there and the Jetta sitting over here. My girlfriend. I own my own house, but that was left to me in a will.
Okay.
And just by meeting up with this person, just by these text messages, I lose hope.
Right. I know.
And so why did I put myself in this situation?
Great question. I don't know. Why did you?
Maybe to see if I can get away with it.
Uh-huh.
So that's why I thank you guys.
Well, when you just said this has been an eye-opener, I've had these eye-openers and I'm learning classes. It just all went out the window because you just said to see if I can get away with it. So obviously...
That's the bipolar part of it. Do you understand manic bipolar? Do you understand mental disabilities?
No. I don't.
When you guys are doing this is an eye-opener, you guys. When you guys are doing this, you should study that a little bit. You really should. You really, really should. Because almost every guy that's in our group, they have some kind of PTSD or mental dysfunction. Somebody has a straight brain like you guys are. You guys look like you guys do well for yourselves and everything else. When you got a mental disability, you don't make all the right choices all the time.
You're how old?
43.
43. I'm 20. I'm a rough 21. But nobody makes the right choices all the time. This guy's an alcoholic and a smoker, and at everybody.
Oh, thank you.
Is he your husband?
No, look at him.
No, I'm just kind of curious. I understand, 4 of you guys coming.
Yeah.
So, I just watched one where a guy was trying to hook up with some 14-year-old girl, and when they walked up to him, the guy threw his phone down, stomped on it, and looked up at the dude. And he was a bigger dude, and just straight off punched him in the face and told him to get out of his face with the camera. They didn't beat the dude. He deserved it though, And honestly, I'm glad you guys didn't come in here all hyped and crazy. It would have been a really bad fiasco here.
Yeah, I understand that.
It would have impacted you worse than it would impact us if you basically blasted with internet.
Fully understand.
Yeah, so
I beg of you guys not to do that to me.
yeah, of course.
That's why I want to sit and talk with you guys.
Yeah, that's why we like.
I'm not asking you guys to forgive me in any fucking way.
No,
I'm
we're not forgiving you, but
No,
just be
absolutely
honest.
not.
Yeah, of course.
As far as the internet, this is the one and only. You guys are welcome to look through all my text messages or my phone, whatever you want to do.
Sure.
This is the only one I've spoken to ever, really.
Okay. So when you saw that video of the 14-year-old, or I'm sorry, the guy coming to meet the 14-year-old, what do you think of the people caught on these shows?
I think they're for even trying to set it up.
So you don't think they're sick?
No, I know they're sick.
That's not the first thing that comes to your mind. You think they're just dumbasses?
No, I think they're sick people. They are sick. I agree with that 100%. I was sick for doing this.
You are still sick.
It's something I'm gonna talk to my counselor with when I see him on Monday.
Okay.
So,
Wow. So I gotta ask you this before we get into these messages. When was the first time you received?
not in any kind of 20 years. I'm not interested in it.
Okay.
The nude child body doesn't turn me on anymore. It used to, not anymore.
So what changed?
Education. Realizing what I did to my daughter was disgusting, and 3 other victims.
But if the nude body doesn't turn you on, why'd you bring up her taco,
well,
and eggplant.
Well, it's curious on how you guys, she played like she didn't understand what those were.
Well, that's the whole point of posing as an 8-year-old.
What those memes didn't mean. That's what I brought him up for.
Okay. And you also mentioned licking her said taco.
That was today, yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. That's because it seemed like that's what it escalated to me.
Yeah, and we asked you what... We asked you what you want to do when you come here, and this was recently, but you mentioned the taco and eggplant. That's what you said, that was your response. And then later you explained what they mean. Taco does mean and eggplant means correct. Okay. So you explained what it means. And this is what you said you wanted to do. So I'm going to ask you, I'm not saying now, I'll hurt you, but at some point during this conversation, you were turned on this.
Not sexually, mutually I was.
Mental turn on.
So there's a huge difference in how my head works. Turn on is arousal. Takes a lot more. Actually, it's me crazy. I understand though. But as long as you guys said you wanted to.
Right.
I need this though.
Yeah, I know
I
you
needed this. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think I said that already. I think seeing her in a bathing suit would have been better for me anyway. Those photos were photoshopped. But you know what? That's fine.
I know.
I appreciate you guys coming here.
Alright. So we're going to get into some of these messages.
They don't happen today. Yeah, but most of those didn't happen.
Understand. So, how many times did you get a conversation? I know it's more than one.
Put that on everything.
Alright, so I could show you a lot, and I promise I won't ever hurt you, I promise. So, did you say it hurt your daughter?
It did hurt my daughter.
I won't ever hurt you. Yeah, what specifically did you do to your daughter?
Almost everything.
Did you have... So you had winter force with her?
Yeah.
Here you go, saying I would ever hurt you. And whether you were going to do it or not, you expressed interest in how is this any different from your daughter? So you had potential to hurt her. Whether you think it's good or not, you know, there's two sides to every war, but each side thinks they're a noble cause, you know. Believe it or not, Guy really loved to lick down there too, and you will love it.
Has been slain.
So that implies that you wanted to do it for her, just a minute. You wanted that. Well, what's the age of consent in Oregon? 18. Can an 8-year-old decide whether she wants it or not? Could your daughter decide whether she wants it or not? Yeah. Okay, if you want to, you can. I'll be sure and take a bath before you get here. Yes, those things go. Okay. Then you mentioned the eggplant thing is a whole mother thing. I'm sure you meant.
Well,
another.
they asked. She asked what the eggplant was.
Well, correct, of course. It's not our fault. The eggplant is a whole other thing, really. Another. Will you show me if you want?
Every step defiance.
Yeah, the last couple days it didn't back. Forced that a lot.
Yes. You got scared. Eventually, you just broke. The temptation broke. What did you say?
Yeah.
So how come when you weren't so tempted, how come you just didn't end it in 270 days? Very good question. Very good question indeed.
Maybe it's because they have that linger right there. I did delete my Instagram profile when I brought it back on.
Okay.
An ally has
Not
been
because you guys
slain.
did it. I think you guys should be here.
An
Just
enemy
because
has been slain.
So, what do your sons think of you? Like, what do your sons say?
they want to go through counseling. They know that I'm trying to do everything right.
So what did you think when you found out about this? Who knew about this?
My wife at the time,
She knew?
yeah, she denied it. She denied it ever happened. I told her that doesn't happen. Your dad's not doing it.
But did you tell her about what
No.
you did? She just saw it happen?
No, my daughter actually.
How did your daughter get involved in this?
Me and my wife at the time weren't doing very well, and she threw a plate at me and a frying pan at me and hit me in the side of the head because I came in the house after a 14-hour day at shift, and she had done nothing in the house all day, was playing with her kids and cook dinner and stuff like that. And I came in the house and said, "Are you kidding me? You know, I'm working my ass off, and you're here just laxing. Get your ass in the kitchen." And I was a real asshole about it. And then she went in the kitchen and she just turned and made snacks and frying pan and the top got cold. Because it's not violent. It's a kid. And eventually I talked to my daughter.
You want me to show you stuff tonight? You can walk in the pool for 10 minutes and show me stuff. Things that so you know you're in charge. Why would you put an 8-year-old in charge? What is this?
You know, here's the honest truth on that, brother. With my brain, anytime you're with a woman or somebody you like, they're in control. As a guy, you gotta take that. Your wife, your girlfriend, your friend, they're in control. And that's where my brain's going. Status.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
None of it makes sense, but that's my brain, that's where my brain is.
An enemy has
And
been
you also
slain.
called her unicorn, which we talked about, but why'd you call her unicorn?
I kept calling her unicorn because she likes the unicorn. She likes it. And I said, "Yeah, you like unicorns, but I love unicorns." And my friend was you have that. You guys type that. Do you guys not one person? It's a bunch.
It's a bunch of us, and we do this across the country. So you're a clog in the machine. Unicorn, where are you? So say you haven't talked sexually yet when you kept saying you were going to bring her a unicorn. Were you planning on meeting her then? Yes or no? Just to bring her a unicorn. I'm not saying you were going to do anything to her, but were you going to actually bring her a unicorn?
I was just to bring her a unicorn.
Nice.
Just a stuffed animal. Just a big stuffed animal. There was no negative intentions on that. Just to bring her a unicorn. You know.
How are you going to explain that to mom and dad if they find out?
That was the thing that I brought up just recently. How are you gonna explain to your mom about the stuffed animal, big unicorn? I'm not talking like the unit little one that fade away, most parents would fade away, and the kid stuffed animal. It's not big enough, that's why it hadn't showed up, hadn't gotten access or anything else.
So how are you going to... so you said you were going to follow through with the unicorn. So what changed to make this meetup? Why did you want it to change?
I don't know. There's something in your guys' way of texting back to make sure you're that. I'd have to get my phone so I could go back through it too. But it was something changed to make the section. It had to be sexual.
Well, a lot of times, he would say, what do you want to do? You tell me. Every person makes you listen, you tell me first. And we're stoked. We don't budge on that.
Sure.
You ended up bringing it up first.
You have slain an enemy.
So what happened? You never asked me for anything. I had one for you, but I'm nervous on meeting you. You're my sweet unicorn. It's okay if you don't bring, then if you really know, I would let you know.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
Right, it's not fair. You can't keep a secret, but the older ones do from you.
That's what initiated it. Now I know what initiated it. The parents keeping secrets away from her. And you know what? I know where this question is going to go. It is our place to protect our children from the sexual deviancy. They need to learn that after they get of age, not some internet telling her that.
You see what's happening, and you just refer to yourself as.
Absolutely.
So you see what's happening with the drag queen story hours, right? What's your opinion on it?
I don't have a lot of opinion on it. I mean, explain drag queen stories a little more.
Basically, these drag queens come dressed very provocatively and go read to children, and under the guise of teaching them to read. But it's obviously not about that. What do you think about these little toddlers? Yeah. What do you think about these little toddlers at the Pride Parade? You know, taking pictures with male domination because they don't really know what's going on.
An ally has been slain.
That's not right.
You know, you don't expose your child to your way of life or your way of decisions until they're ready to understand what it is. And at toddler age,
Isn't it crazy that a toddler would take a picture with a bunch of male dominatrixes and be read to by drag queens?
but you know, on the other, I can understand to protect the child, but I'm also one of the people that believes in your choice of the way of your life is your choice of life. If you're gay,
Oh, absolutely. I agree.
if you're, you know, doing that kind of stuff. But if you're pushing it on your children,
Toddler with 10 dominatrixes behind.
either way, they should. Why would there be a female?
Oh, I agree. So now, you just said it was wrong. Now think about what you did, what you were going to do. That's way worse than just a picture. I want to put it into perspective for you.
Well, I have very much respect for these guys. I do.
Your team has destroyed
And
a
then you
turret.
talk about them hiding secrets from you when you walk into a room. Okay, then you also texted her a lot. Like you.
I'm glad I'm not wearing a uniform because in case you guys do
Your team has destroyed a turret.
You also triple texted her, quadruple texted her. You know what that means, right? That means texting her 3 times in a row. One day, hey, text her, does that make you mad? No response. Texting her, kind of, pinging her, nudging her. You know what I mean?
just to make conversation.
Sure, but I get to make conversation with a guy. You don't talk sexual to your guy.
An enemy has been slain.
You still have a fiance. What does she think about it?
You'd be devastated.
Yeah.
Pissed off.
Absolutely, man. What pictures do you have on your folder in your phone now? Actually, I do believe it's you, so you know. So you were kind of skeptical.
Yeah, because when you go from the pictures that's posted on her Instagram recently,
Yep.
too much change.
Yeah, I agree. Let's see. You said on Thursday, what do you want to do if I came over? You can tell me anything you want. Oh, I don't know. I'd let you do whatever you feel like. Well, as my unicorn or as my queen, it makes a difference. I would never want to do anything you're not comfortable doing. How would you able to comprehend if they're comfortable or not with? I feel it's not my education. I feel it's not my place to give you an education. I'm kind of nervous to give that to you. That's one thing that could absolutely give me some really deep trouble. Technically, me talking with you and calling you sweetheart and beautiful and all that stuff could also get me in trouble. So this whole paragraph, you didn't even mention what could happen to her. You only mentioned what could happen to you. You've always been a self-centered type of dude, huh?
Not always. Actually, if you guys knew me outside of this, you think I'm the most moving person.
Yeah,
also give the neighbors shit. It's not really a good thing. And even giving the shirt off your back to a homeless guy wouldn't be a good thing either, because nobody wants to see that. To be fair.
Well, my fiance does, but the guy won't go like
She does. Somehow.
I agree. I don't know how to like that.
You like seeing her? She's a little So is it attraction? Is it only kids? Or obviously both do it.
One line won't fall off the wagon. You know? I don't want to
Why is your line 4 years old? At one point it was. Why was your line 4 years old? To everybody else getting old.
I wish I could answer that. I wish I could help them find it. Because I don't have enough.
But if you're attracted to others,
I've always been attracted to others.
sure. So why not? Well, why? Well, even if you are attracted to 4-year-olds, why not just use your attraction to 18 plus and just do that?
Well, I
Your
agree.
team has destroyed a
Don't-
turret.
That's what I'm doing now. I mean,
Yeah.
well,
Your team has
other than
destroyed an
this, this
inhibitor.
is wrong. So if I can, you're fine to ask all the questions. My girlfriend is always pansexual.
Were you also pansexual in high school?
I'm not.
No, it was bisexual.
No, pansexual means you have a solid relationship with a guy or a solid relationship with a girl.
We're in Oregon, y'all. Just let it happen.
Yeah, it's one of the things on there. And we currently have a 29-year-old girlfriend.
So does she go out with other guys? Okay.
It's by her choice.
What?
Hey, wait.
It's by her choice.
What do you mean?
Over something.
Because we have a pansexual relationship. If she wanted to date another guy, let her.
Shit.
You guys need to do your homework. So a pansexual relationship is. It's actually
I don't really fancy you dealing with the cooking and food. You say you're not sure. Could be in
you know when you throw those tongues like that, you trigger anger. You guys, you don't like me? Okay. You do it on purpose?
I do.
Walk up here for you stuff. Give it down. I appreciate this. I appreciate you guys. I'm on this video.
Like I said, we'll talk about health.
And I don't feed the job. I want to help you guys further. I do. Don't think I'm just telling you guys this because I'm fine.
No, I know.
You guys, I'm just straight up honest. This has been one of those things. I don't know how many more of these, how many guys you guys have busted and said
Victory!
but take it you probably have to take it with a grain of salt when I tell you. I think guys are doing what I'm doing are some of the others.
Yeah, no, I know. And like I said, it is possible for you to help us. Like, I mean, you know Shaquille O'Neal, right?
Yeah.
Lakers legend.
Right,
He played
right.
for the Celtics. Mortal enemies. And it's possible to do. It really is. I'm being serious.
I would rather
using it in
I'd
analogy.
rather be on this end busting guys doing this shit.
Absolutely.
And me being there with you guys going, dude, I'm a so I try doing that same. You need to put your head on it. Yeah.
I agree.
Period.
I agree.
Because when they hear it from somebody that has been in their shoes, it's a little different than hearing it from four guys that come with cameras and text messages.
For
It
sure.
affects them a lot deeper than it does. But this right here is just horrible choices I've made.
I agree. How much you have on your phone at the moment? I'm not saying you look at it.
I don't look.
Sure.
I don't have it. My phone has and I did this for my own protection for myself.
Yeah.
My girlfriend and I have a shared account on our phones. She can go over my phone anytime. The only thing she can't get into is my Instagram. And guess what's getting deleted when I walk back in that
Your
office?
Instagram. So is that on purpose that you can't get into your Instagram? Did you set it that way or what?
When I cannot explain it to you.
Well, I actually got to tell you. I actually am in a.
But were you gonna actually come bring your uniform?
I was, just to bring your uniform.
I feel it's not my. This is what you said. I feel it's not my place to give you
A pansexual.
Were you also pansexual when you're actually stuff? You would like not in a position.
I got you.
But,
Okay.
all right, there's a lot of stuff we're not eggplant in the taco though. Talk about. But in this case, it's not even debatable that you deserve.
I guess go for the restaurant.
If you guys are still there, actually before you go to the bank.
We've all been speculating what's going on.
You guys go to the restaurant and still order it. We'll pick it up after we're done.
I mean, you haven't. You keep saying of course, but you haven't said you're not going to.
No, I mean, I can't guarantee them, but like I said, when they're super honest, I typically don't do it. Yeah, of course. Time is I'm getting fucking hungry.
You want some fried pickles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there an Applebee's here anywhere?
Quite a ways away.
What like places are here?
Away.
What like places are here that have like fried pickles? You would say.
I know.
Jesus Christ.
You like fried pickles too?
Hell yeah. I like
No, just go to. Here, give me your keys.
So you guys out of California, or
I'm in Houston. He's in California. Go.
you guys just travel around to do this all the time?
We do. Go. I guess go for the restaurant. Order fried pickles.
I don't know if they have it. Oh God, what the hell is it called? That's a bar restaurant down the street here. God damn it. Copaconia. Copaconia.
Yeah.
What happened?
Copaconia.
Oh, got it.
Go down Main Street.
Okay.
Go down Main Street and come back off from 8th Street this way. It's on your left-hand side. You gotta watch for the sign of it.
All right, got you.
All right. Hey, Seuss.
Yeah. What time is it getting? Because I left my phone in the shop.
Oh no, I'm fucking starving.
6? Yeah, my shop closes at 6. So.
I know. Hey, Seuss.
Do you know how to drive?
No. Good question.
Is your truck?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're letting him drive it.
Yeah.
Good truck though. Love Toyotas.
Hey, just go. Just place the order for pickup, and then just drive back here and just go pick it up after.
And then they were also, and then.
Yep. Sure.
Are you leaving, honey? So you guys know, I will let her know what's going on.
Okay, all right.
If you guys are still there, actually before you go to the bank.
We've all been speculating what's going on.
Well, they don't.
I mean, you're gonna have to blur her
You.
face.
So hey, let me get my phone. So
Okay.
I call my son. Actually, you guys are wanting to see this better. So it's not good.
Okay.
There's choices I made. Go back.
Okay.
Since November, I've been. Remember that 8-year-old I told you I was just kind of texting you weren't happy about?
Sure, yeah.
It was these guys.
Okay. Oh, gotcha.
And the messages got sexual.
They got sexual the last couple days. You're trapped in
I
anyways.
am trapped in.
So stick around for a minute because these guys are here to help open my eyes up.
Actually, do you mind if we just bring everybody out here and have a
No,
little meeting?
my
No.
guys don't need to know this.
Okay.
This is the only one I worry about knowing it. These guys don't need to know this.
What's your relationship to her?
This is my fiance. That's why I told you I want to let her know.
Ooh.
Premiere, I know.
Sexual.
They got sexual the last couple days. You're trapped in
I
anyways.
am trapped in.
So stick around for a minute because these guys are here to help open my eyes up.
Actually, do you mind if we just bring everybody out here and have a
No,
little meeting?
my
No.
guys don't need to know this.
Okay.
This is the only one I worry about knowing it. These guys don't need to know this.
What's your relationship to her?
This is my fiance. That's why I told you I want to let her know.
Ooh.
how many times have I
She told me not to text her.
persistently just been like, no, that's not.
I know. I meant deleting Instagram after this, because after our catfish situation and all this other stuff.
No fucking shit.
That's why we're out talking with these guys.
I appreciate you talking with him.
I appreciate what they do. I do. I appreciate what they do.
I mean, what do you think? Like, when did he bring up this 8-year-old to you?
It was a while back. I don't remember how long ago. I've got terrible concept of time and memory.
Sure.
But I know it was brought up, and I very persistently was like, that's not a very good idea. You shouldn't be doing that. You know what legal actions could possibly be, because parents won't understand that you're just trying to be nice to a kid.
Well,
I get that things turned whatever. That's that.
well,
They turned sexual
it's-
like we were going to meet up tonight type thing.
it's called what he did. Get her super.
I know, yeah.
comfortable. Okay.
I'm familiar with
Sure,
the terms and
sure,
stuff.
sure.
She's gone to the classes.
Yeah.
Okay.
She goes to my one-on-ones with my counselor and everything.
I probably know the pink marriage better than he does.
Okay.
And just recently, it's been brought up. Just in the last week.
Yeah.
Again,
And
I
I
was
was trying-
very persistent about the idea
was.
of
He was
not talking to kids online. And
Kids? Was there more that he talked to you? No.
No, just
The 8-year-old.
She is on laptop.
You also followed many more underage kids, though.
I do. That's why I'm deleting Instagram. It's an addiction.
Right. But you said you don't really find them attractive anymore.
I
But then
don't.
you also admitted that these messages stated otherwise, and you did say you found her attractive, right? Why did you follow all these underage kids?
Really don't know.
Because it's not just you followed Melanie, then a bunch of adults. It wasn't like Melanie, Kim Kardashian. I don't even know any other celebrities. It wasn't that. It was
Well,
underage kid, underage kid, underage
right,
kid,
and underage
kid.
models, young models, Russian young models, all of that.
Right, and that's where,
Yeah.
and I'm going to tell you, that's where we were looking. We go to these Russian pages, and whoever likes the photos, that's where we go. And you were one of those.
That's why I need to get rid of the temptation.
You don't find it attractive, but you only follow Russian young models.
cut in. I can't tell you how pissed I am right now, for one. And for two,
I understand.
Now we strike. And an enemy has been slain.
I know.
say something.
I know. When we go on our one-on-one with my counselor, he's like I told you, he'll find out.
Okay. Yeah, I expect him to.
That's why I asked you guys. My repercussion of this is going to be hard enough
Okay.
that I don't need my business tarnished because of it.
Sure, sure. I understand that.
That's why you got the cameras on and everything else.
Can you tell your son?
Oh yeah. You want to call Justin? My
You don't have
phone's
your phone.
no, I don't have a phone.
To the briny deep.
That's how sincere I am about this, and thank you guys, because I would probably not have told her. I would probably try to hide it from her, but I can't.
One jump ahead of you.
Hey, son. You got
How you doing?
You got a minute to talk?
Yeah, got a minute.
You got me off speakerphone?
Sure, I'll put you on speakerphone.
No, off
No one-
speakerphone. Off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You're not on speakerphone.
Okay.
I'm just all by myself.
So, I got some gentlemen here, and you've probably seen this kind of stuff on YouTube or something like that. Your dad made a bad mistake, and it's been the first time in a long time. And I'm sharing this with you because they asked me to call you because they wanted to ask you some questions. I started text messaging some 8-year-old, I thought was an 8-year-old, 9 months ago, or November. And it escalated. It escalated this last couple weeks to me talking to her sexual and going to try to meet up with her.
Okay.
And these guys came out here to talk with me about it. The whole catch the thing, which is perfectly, I actually praise them and appreciate what they do. But they wanted me to call you. He's right here. You're welcome to talk.
How's it going, Justin?
I'm going good. You?
My name's Gordon. Yeah, so we just wanted your dad. Just wanted your dad to tell somebody what was going on. I understand he's in counseling and went to jail for this before, which I actually didn't know at the time of confronting him. But yeah, this is. I just wanted someone to know. I mean, this needs to stop because obviously it hasn't stopped. You know, he didn't know that it was us, obviously. That's why we were here. But something has to be done about this because he's harmed real children before, unfortunately, I'm sure as you know. And, you know, he said he was going to stop, but there's nothing provable as to why you're going to stop. I don't doubt you're going to get help. I don't doubt you're going to attempt to get help, but there's really no evidence that you're going to stop. You know what I'm trying to say here?
Yeah.
So, you know, it's like, you know, I'm sure it's both of us on our New Year's saying, oh, we're going to go on a diet. We say we're going to do it, and exactly. And, you know, in this case, 8 months later, you had the ice cream.
Yeah.
Or in this case, I guess the cheese pizza. Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Taco pizza.
taco pizza. There we go. But yeah, just wanted to let you know, Justin, I'm sorry about this, and I'm sure your dad will talk to you more. I don't want to keep you too long. All right, man. Have a good night if you can.
I'll call you in a little bit, son.
See you, bro. Whew. This was all yesterday. This was all yesterday, and you would. This is a triple text right here. What you doing today? What's going on? You're not interested anymore. I miss you. Then you send a heart and a unicorn emoji. This is 3 times in a row, man. And this was, I don't know when this yesterday was, but it was within the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, you may have not went to meet her up, which I frankly just don't believe. But you definitely were interested in continuing to talk to her. What's the point of this little polyamorous relationship y'all have? Is it to quench loneliness and, for lack of a better term, flavor fatigue? Like, isn't the point of it to get out and talk to more people? So you have like a diverse experience, like you have like a unique experience. That's the point of it. So what I don't understand is you're not just bound to her, which, you know, frankly, I'm not here for a whole lecture on marriage, but you should be. But, you know, right here, you couldn't have just gone to somebody else if you were.
Should have done. I should have.
Yeah.
No, I should have.
Like, if you wanted something besides her, you couldn't have just gone with something besides her, too? You know what I mean? I mean, this is a triple text here, man.
I have access to his phone, so if I want to look at it, I will. But
You said
right
no
now,
Instagram.
She still can look at my Instagram. She has my code, but she doesn't look at it.
Okay.
It's getting deleted.
Yeah, I realize.
And you,
Never on Snap, so I have Snapchat, but I'm never on. I don't know how to use it.
okay. I'm not saying you talk to any now, like you said, I believe you on that, but how many underage girls have you talked to on Insta? Because I know it's more than her. I'm not saying you do now, but just in general.
Actually, on Insta, she's the only one.
Really?
She is. None of have I tried? Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But no response?
No responses. Yes.
How many times have you tried, would you say? Like 10, 11?
3 or 4.
3 or 4?
3 or 4.
Okay. How old were they?
Usually from 10 and up, 10 to 16.
Okay. Well, you see, it's the attempt that...
I agree.
Here.
Yeah.
comments on the pics. Then you said I get sad when you don't text me.
Yeah, I'm kind of a texting whore. I like to text people. It doesn't matter if it's her, or Jess, or our friends. I get in a mind frame where I just want to text or talk to somebody.
But why do you get sad that an 8-year-old didn't respond to you? Especially when you have a wife here.
I don't know. I just did. Because we talk about everything except for this. But we talk about everything, and it's just outside talk about something else.
When, if it's okay if I ask you a question now?
Go ahead.
When he told you what he did to his daughter, what was your initial? And I'm not saying you're a good or bad person for sticking with him. If anything, you're loyal for that. What was your initial reaction when he told you? Did you tell her this when y'all were dating or before?
Again, with my terrible memory issue, it's been quite a few years.
Sure.
So I don't remember
6.
exactly, but if I could
They only
try to recall
so
anything, I listened and I listened to his full story because
and see
I don't
who
want
I
to
am
just
now.
piece
And
and part
up
things
till
together.
now, up till this, I was a good person, very good person.
Okay.
'Cause I always look out for people. I always take care of people. And then, but my hidden side, which is this, and that side needs to go away. And this is a re-spark of who I used to be.
Well, you understand it's moments that define you, right?
is.
It's moments, you know. Put it this way: you're always, even if it, I'm not saying it happened in a day. It happened over the course of 5 years.
Yeah.
But if somebody kills somebody, then 99% of the rest of their life, they don't kill anybody else. They're
Still
always a
murder.
murderer.
I agree.
They're always that. It's a single split second that defines who you are.
I agree.
Okay. So it's always a part of you, whether you stop now or it's always going to be a part of you.
Yeah, and I live with it.
Yep.
She's seen nights where I've cried, been just randomly crying because of the hurt that I put on children. And this right here just
So you still do it.
did it. Still did it. This is the only one. I tell you, it's the only one. Because I was even told her I was texting some 8-year-old, and she told me, she's like, you need to stop. Why are you doing that? Get off there, quit it. I was like, yeah, okay. But I didn't.
Why didn't you quit? You said the wife was in charge. Why didn't you listen to her?
Right. Because that dark side of me is still out there. I know you guys have a picture of a. I know that's what you guys see me as, and I understand that. I fully do understand that.
Yeah. Okay.
If you guys knew me prior to this and then you found out, it was heartbreaking. Even worse than it is now.
Rampage.
Yeah.
Because I have a lot of people that rely on me, a lot of people who love me, a lot of people who care for me, and a lot of people that put their foot way up my ass. They find out I've relapsed like this.
Here are these messages to her where
Yeah.
pretty much take up the whole page here. Sorry, ma'am. Then you consistently call her, say I miss you, beautiful uniform.
So who called me that one day when she tried calling me a long time ago?
Oh, that's a great question. It wasn't me.
Some girl with a young, squeaky voice.
Might have been me.
Might have been.
No,
you.
it wasn't me though. I mean, I do it on some people. When there's people in Houston that let's just say they're not as smart, and they may be kind of naive to this whole concept of catfishing, and they're on these apps called Scout. I might risk me doing my voice, but when we call the people that we catch on Instagram higher priority, because oftentimes they're sex offenders. We didn't even know the guy in Oregon that we caught up there was either until we found out. And for this reason, I don't do the voice when I talk to Instagram, because I know there's always involved. I know there's always an 8-year-old involved. Meanwhile, for the local app, it's always 13, 14. And yeah.
There's no difference between 8 and 13, 14 anyways. There's no difference. It's still a child.
Correct, it is. But then you're getting into the territory of when.
And Oregon has one of the biggest statutes. If you physically anybody under the age of 10 to hit the justice law, which is mandatory minimum 5 years.
Why didn't you get 25 years?
because it was implemented right after I went. I was in prison for 2 years when it was implemented.
Ah, okay.
I was on a measure 11, which was a mandatory 100 months.
Did you like thank your lucky stars that it didn't get implemented? Like, did you find out that it got implemented while you were in prison?
Some kid came in. He was 19 years old, and he came in because he was diddling around with very young girls, multiple. His mom was a daycare
Oh my
teacher,
god.
and so he deserved everything he got, 100%.
What did you think about that when you met him?
He was disgusting. I asked him, his name was. I'll never forget his name.
Still in jail?
Oh yeah, he did 25 years. He's the first one in the state of Oregon to get a Jessica law.
Wow. I'm sorry. So why did you feel you were different?
I wasn't.
In a way, you were looking at yourself in the mirror here.
Yeah, absolutely. I just didn't have as many victims as his.
Right.
A victim's a victim. He had like 17, 18 victims all in age of 10.
How many did you have? Like 2, 3?
7 total.
7 victims?
But they ranged from the age of 16 down to the age of 4, which my daughter was 4.
So there was your daughter, and who else? Who were the other 6?
My niece was one.
Okay.
Then there's some girls when I was in Arizona doing my schooling.
Really?
There's those ones there.
And where else?
Just there. The only 2 victims I had there were my daughter and my niece.
I shouldn't say that's not only 2. That's one victim's a shit ton.
Yeah.
You know.
That's enough.
So your niece, how old was she?
7.
Did the uncle, did your brother, or
No, my sister.
in-law?
My sister and my sister didn't find out, which me and my sister and my niece were all still close because we're close. My niece is actually a drug addict, so we're not that close.
Sure.
And she went to one of my counseling meetings when I confronted her and asked her if she was hurt. So I didn't ask her for forgiveness because it's not my place to ask her for forgiveness. The choice is not mine.
Right.
But she told me she
Should get both of us for protection purposes.
This is the one.
Okay. Wow. So I'm sorry. Did they find out the uncle and
My
aunt?
sister did. Yeah.
What did she say? Did she talk to you?
Yeah. We're real close because they know who I am. They found out about this. I'd be in a world of hurt with my family.
What did your niece think of you?
She loves me. I idolize her.
Do you think it's a bit of Stockholm syndrome going on there?
You think Melissa has Stockholm?
Melissa's just the crazy sort. She's got a lot of mental stuff going on, and the drugs don't help. So
Do you think she turned to drugs potentially because you got touched?
no, it was way later. So far later that really there shouldn't have been much of a correlation.
Okay. Wow. So these girls in Arizona, how'd you get in contact with them?
One of them was
How old was she?
Karen and her brother Jeffrey, which I never met with her brother. They were friends with the family.
Have you had any gay thoughts before? Okay.
They had friends. They were friends of the family, and my wife at the time and I used to babysit their kids. And they'd go out. We'd take them out to the zoo. We would take them out to different places and show them, have a good weekend. And they're our loner kids.
So when did you start touching?
But she'd been in my life for already 4 years before I'd done anything.
I gotta admit, I'm surprised Karen was not the one to call the cops on you. Just throwing that one out there. What about the other 4?
The other ones were 14 to 16. We were all parties. It happened. It wasn't me manipulating them or anything like that.
But you'd say for your 3 relatives, I just consider the family friend a relative. You manipulated them into doing stuff for you. What did Karen do to you? And what did the niece and Karen do?
Karen didn't really know because she was a really solid sleeper.
You did it in your sleep.
Took advantage of her while she was sleeping.
Good. Jesus Christ, man.
But all this has been revealed in my full disclosure, my counseling. I've shared all this with my counselors and everything else.
Does Karen know what happened to her?
Yeah.
What does she think of you?
She's not happy with me, but she's happy I was going through counseling. I talk to her brother Jeffrey still. Him and I are still good friends. We talk all the time. They live in Arizona. He's doing really good. I know how his life's going. She's doing really good. I know how her life's going. The only one I don't have contact with is my daughter. And that's because that's her choice. Her court order, her choice. She has to put the initial up to get a hold of my PO and for the courts and say I'd like to speak with my dad.
You damaged a lot of people.
I have.
The other ones in Arizona, did you know their names?
Not where I'm at. No. Like I said, they were a one-time thing. They were. One of them I didn't know she was 14 because she didn't act 14. I went to the party, she was already drinking. She didn't look 14, and even my best friend who invited her and had her over there, he told me like 3 days later. He goes, "Hey, remember that girl? I can't remember her name right now." I'm like, "Yeah." Man, did you do anything with her last night? That night? It's like, I did. Why? She's only 14, dude.
So who was the first one you did something with?
My niece.
Your niece?
My niece.
Before your daughter was born?
No.
You go to jail for carrying. So wouldn't you say Karen was the first? Because that was during education, during your college?
No, I had my daughter when I was 19.
Oh, okay. So you started touching her at 23. So you've been for...
In a splash.
When was the last? I mean, temptation.
It's been very well controlled.
I have to say, you're the most graphic. You're the worst. You ever confronted the worst. There's, I've been forced to ever from what I've heard. Yeah, I know.
Straightforward with you guys.
No, I know, but
When you tell me I'm the worst, it kind of offends me because I'm being straightforward with you
you
guys. These
are.
guys were hiding stuff from you guys, so you know.
I understand.
Nobody else is going to reveal everything to you like I am, my friend.
I understand
Nobody
that.
is.
Yeah.
Because you guys here are confronting them. They don't want to be blasted all over the internet. They don't want all that shit. So they're going to make their story sweet and short as possible, and they're going to get put on the internet.
Yeah.
I'm telling you this whole entire goddamn truth.
I know. It's just from what I've heard myself, and I know people hate me. Okay.
They hide a lot. If you guys say I'm the worst, how long have you been doing this for?
Fear.
Oh, there are people that have done worse than you, I'm
Team
sure.
has
But,
destroyed a turret.
you know, just from what I've heard. Okay.
Enemy
Like-
killing spree.
See you tomorrow, bud.
Okay.
We can go in there now if you guys want. It's nice and
Enemy
cool.
dominated.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be much longer.
One jump
That's
ahead
you.
of you.
Yeah.
An ally has been slain.
You're in my kingdom now.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Dude, where are you?
Enemy has been slain.
We already making food or what?
In a splash.
I'd say just like ask when the food's ready. All right, bye.
Want to see a trick?
Shut my account down now.
All right.
I'm sorry I'm sorry. I agree about you saying I'm the biggest in the world. That's something I live with every day.
They
Yes,
won't
guys,
catch
it
me.
really is. It's something I have to deal with every moment I look myself in the mirror. How could I look at this? And then I go out and do something disgusting as this.
in Nebraska.
The enemy's inhibitor
Last
is
week,
respawning
we were
soon.
going after a winter.
Triple kill.
I know.
Your turret has been destroyed. Ace.
Maybe it's straightforward with you and let you know of the whole history. More information than I bet anybody has told you guys.
Yeah.
Because they're going to hide everything from you guys. They're worried about going back to jail. I'm terrified of the jail. I got too much to lose. And to make a horrible mistake like
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
So I ask you guys. This job.
Your turret has been destroyed.
You're in my kingdom now.
My counselor.
What is the sanction?
Shut down.
Jesus Christ. So do you go to GP? General population? 10 days?
Well, no, not counting. Counting, when you get out of prison, you're still on probation. Counting considers you high risk.
Wow. And this is a very heavy conversation we just had. I appreciate you being honest, and I appreciate your honesty too, man.
Ally has been slain. Ally has been
You know what I
slain.
mean? I shouldn't be sorry. However, I shouldn't even know who you are. You know what I mean? Like, I shouldn't even know who you are. I shouldn't know what Jackalope Automotive is. I shouldn't. Dude, if there was no in Oregon, I would have never visited. I would have never been to Oregon. I've only been here 2 times. It's crazy to think about. You know this thing?
Your team has destroyed a turret.
So are you guys arguing about this?
Like I said, no guarantees, but you have the jury open. So leaning towards probably not. I mean, you know, you got to be in touch though, get counseling.
And then counseling, did you hurt her? Use a chaperone to the chaperone. She's abide by law.
I'm ready.
When you hear that's like a law thing.
When you take the class for being a chaperone for a felon.
Has been slain.
When we can know that.
Told you to fight me, but here we go. Shut down. Enemy double kill.
Would you say that's true?
Now I have no information.
Have I hit anything from you up to this point?
You don't outright offer the information, apparently. Just kind of leave it up to me to either be curious and nosy.
The only other thing I've ever hid from you was my proposal to you. I never did my that very good either.
When did y'all meet each other and how?
I wrecked a Harley. My niece brought her over to help me out.
The niece that you touched?
She
They won't catch me.
said I needed to take her around for a week or so. It's been a very long week.
falling
No,
soon.
Harley went down the road and ran to the other side of France.
So you were like a nurse.
Somebody helped take care of food, drink, I can barely
Well, you'll seem to be, well, I should say, not too much right now, but like emotional. Yeah.
Shut down.
As expected.
No. I mean, this is 80 pages of the last few months. This is not this past year. You know.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor. You have been slain. Steady. Shut down. Shut down.
Don't go talking to some person over the internet.
Why do you guys like? Why aren't y'all just like with each other? And, you know, this is me just asking about a polyamorous relationship because I'm not too familiar. Like I've heard of it, but I'm not too. You know, I haven't experienced it. What's
so what that
the?
is it's mostly me.
Okay.
One jump ahead of you.
A street man. But I'm pansexual.
Okay.
And I like the polyamorous thing because that it feels more comfortable for me.
When I asked her to marry me, she said,
Ally has been slain.
I would like us to venture on having another girlfriend. And she goes, because I'm pansexual.
Swimmingly.
I want to be with another girl. And I said, we want to be guys too, but not really.
That's fun for you. Then.
Actually, there's a lot of times I'm not even there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Someone that identifies as gay then.
I'm ready.
Right. Right.
We together could also have another person involved in our relationship.
I see. I see. I mean, if it gives you a headache, why don't you like ask it to stop? I mean,
Enemy killing spree. Shut down.
no, I understand, but isn't. And you know, I'm just playing advocate here. I'm not gonna say.
Wanna see a trick?
I'm not gonna say it's I'm not gonna say it's like devil's advocate, but I'm just gonna say advocate here. Isn't the whole point of like marriage is sacrificing? You know, isn't it like sacrificing? Yeah, isn't it
When I
like
grew up, that's how it was.
yeah, it's just like sacrificing for each other.
Sacrifice your entire being for the other person.
I know, but you know, just the whole and you know, I'm not saying one way or another. I'm just wanting to learn more about it. That whole sexual, emotional.
We should share that more than anything.
Sure.
That's one thing that we'll love.
No fear. Look at you.
We don't share that with. And that
You have been slain.
up in a few minutes here. I mean, would you say you're happy with the relationship?
Ally has been slain.
Would you say you're happy too?
Up to this point, are you happy in the relationship?
Yes, I had been pretty happy with the relationship.
I guess the question is now, what were you missing from her? What were you missing from her? What were you missing from her that you had to get out with an 8-year-old girl? Like, what was she not providing? I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm just saying, what were, like, there's something missing for you to go message someone else, right? There has to be.
One
Because
jump ahead of
if
you.
every single one of your needs satisfaction was met, you know, by definition, you wouldn't be doing it. So,
They give you a pause. If nobody wants it.
Yes, sir.
Swimmingly. I'm ready. In a splash. Ally has been slain.
There? Yeah. That's
This building used to belong to.
Anderson Engineering.
He was an
computer
employee
tech
for
guy.
that.
Want to see a trick?
I gotta say, I've never confronted a business owner at his business, and yeah, it's just a very unique situation.
Great. Great.
They won't catch me.
I mean, theoretically, yeah, but I mean, you know, I've not posted videos where people have gotten help. Oh, dude, let me tell you this, man.
An ally has been slain. Enemy double kill.
I don't remember his last name.
Number.
Land ho!
Yeah, no, I gotta say, I've confronted somebody at a juicy place. You know, I wanted to post a video, and I'm not gonna lie, it was great. You know, he got help, and you know, you put morals over anything else, and what happens? So if you show that you can get help and stop, the most important thing is stopping. So he stopped without a video having been posted. You know what I mean? And in the end, that's the wholesome ending. That's the ending. You know what I mean? So.
I'm gonna see him on Monday.
We're gonna be busy all till 21st. Idaho. We're driving to Idaho right after this.
What? Where are you guys? Where? Hang on.
Probably a video.
What? Where do you guys post your stuff at?
No fear.
Our channel is called. Well, our channel actually got. Used to be. We were. And,
Come on, let's go.
The company here helps educators called Choices.
yeah. Do you have a parole officer? Are you gonna tell him about this?
My counselor.
Your turret has been destroyed. Has been slain. defeat.
guidance because they're making really bad choices in their life. And so I'm going to have to step down from being their sponsors right now because I've made a bad choice in my life.
So they were too?
They are sex offenders.
Oh, cool. Shit.
On a different level.
Yeah, they're different levels.
So what level are you?
Low level. Very, very low level.
It's been
there's a
many
scale
years, and he's been doing it counseling. So
and passing qualities and everything else. So I'm actually, I was, but I'm not going to be now. I was actually not too far away from graduating to have care.
Gotcha.
I've been in counseling since and most guys that are given the choice, they have up to a year. Are you texting somebody now?
Texting Kevin.
he's probably.
He likes deep fried.
No, no more. That's what we were talking about.
Spotlight too. But anyway, thank you to all the big tech and college professors for making this takeover possible. I really appreciate it. And yeah, anyway, enjoy the video, you guys. Yeah, that was quite the video. Leave a comment if... Alright guys, this is part one of this two-part series. It's super long, super long. Okay, so if you want to see part two, after part one ends right here, then go in the pinned comment and become a member. By joining the member tier. It's in the pinned comment on the JDQ channel. Anyway. Yeah, so before the video starts, we do have merch, which I'm going to show you in a second here. And how old was her sister that you talked to also?
I never talked to her.
You showed interest, I'm sorry.
Oh, I said hi to her. That's about it.
How old was the sister?
I don't know.
She was 9. So, these are pretty...
I didn't show any interest. I just said hi. You can't say hi to somebody?
It's just kind of weird to say hi to a 9-year-old. But you know what? You're right. That's not the point. The point is, we have a lot of messages that you sent to a 13-year-old girl. Okay? And before we get into these were sexual in nature, right? Yes or no?
Really, yeah.
Okay. So, why were you sexting a 13-year-old girl, Steve, before we read any of this?
Just for fun, I guess.
Huh?
Just for fun, I guess.
Just for fun? Is that legal or illegal?
Well, we know it's not legal.
Oh, okay. Is that weird to sext an underage kid and to set up a meeting with her where you want to do stuff like shower and all of this?
Well, it was just her idea.
It was her idea to shower? Well, I think the messages are going to show otherwise.
Go under a little fun.
Oh, okay, sure.
So who are you with anyways?
Well, you know, like I said, we'll talk about that, but, you know, obviously you're not in a position to ask any questions here, you know what I mean? You're only in a position to answer. Let's see. So let's get into the messages here that talk about showering, that talk about intercourse. I mean, there's a lot of stuff here, Steve, that...
Well, it's all fantasy. It doesn't mean what's going to happen.
Well, you know, in here contains you do want to set up a meeting with her on Tuesday.
What doesn't mean it's going to happen. A lot can happen between now and Tuesday.
You know it's also illegal to send pictures too, right?
I know.
Okay, all right. So you're not really in a position to say what would and wouldn't have happened. Okay, so let's get into some of these messages right here. We don't have every single thing printed out because, you know, if I did, I'd have a whole book on Steve the pedophile. So we definitely, you know, only can have some paper. We want to save the trees here along with the children. So here you say, "Hi, sweetie." You did a lot of grooming at first. Oh, okay. All right.
God damn, he's such a okay.
Dude, why do you keep moving the interview, Steve? You want to be more in the limelight?
People that can hear.
True. It would be a shame if anybody found out about what you were doing, for sure.
Well, it's kind of late, isn't it?
Yeah. So you say, "Hi, sweetie. Glad you made it here, babe. Good night, angel. Good morning, boo." And the weird part is you didn't even get a response
here at all. You just texted her over and over again. So what was the point of texting this 13-year-old girl over and over and over again?
Well, just, you know, if she didn't reply, then she didn't reply.
Right. You shouldn't even be texting her in the first place. There should be no messages between you and a 13-year-old, Steve.
Well, that's true.
Yeah. But what was the meaning of you texting her over and over again? What made you so interested in doing it? Because you would agree that texting someone 5 times in a row shows interest, right?
Well, I mean, it's just good night, good morning. I mean, it's nothing there.
Well, there's not much of a conversation you can have if she's not responding, you know. So you would agree that you're kind of you're showing at least some interest in her when you text her 5 times in a row, right?
Well, yeah.
Okay, why are you interested in the 13-year-old, Steve?
I guess it's just all fantasy.
Huh?
Nothing's going to come of it.
Nothing's going to come of it? Well, you did send videos with you, which we have saved.
Well, I never did.
It's not really just fantasy when you're sending harmful photos to a minor. Why are you so scared of people finding out, Steve? It's just fantasy, right?
Well, yeah.
So why are you so scared of people finding out?
Well, because, you know, a lot of people don't think of it as fantasy. They'll take it as wrong, like you are, obviously.
Do you think if the cops saw this, they'd take it as wrong?
Well, no.
Okay. All right, so does it really matter? Like, you don't think with the rest of us. A pet kind of has a different mind than the rest of us. But anyway, she finally responds. She says, "Hi, boo. Sorry I keep forgetting to go on here. I miss you on IG." So your Instagram got banned talking to her. Your Instagram got banned multiple times. You've been deplatformed a lot from Instagram.
Well, yeah. Well,
You're like the Alex Jones of
a lot of it was.
Yeah. Why would they throw you off, Steve?
A lot of it wasn't my fault. You know,
Yeah.
Somebody sent me pics and you know they don't like that, so they.
Exactly. I know it's their fault, but
Pictures of what? People having sex.
Right.
And, you know, IG doesn't like that.
Yeah, no.
I didn't send it, but that was one of the reasons.
yeah, of course. So they basically banned you because you were receiving, right? And
It wasn't.
oh, no,
No.
really. So why would they ban somebody? Because I've received nudes on Instagram. I haven't been banned. Well, I shouldn't say I haven't been banned. I haven't been banned for that.
Well, it's the act of sex, even
Okay.
between adults. We know it's against that, against Instagram rules.
Well, you definitely asked for child messages.
From Hannah.
You asked for nudes, pictures in her underwear. You sent pictures of your thing.
Well, yeah.
Okay. She says, "Hi, boo. Sorry I keep forgetting to go on here. I miss you on IG." It seems like your Instagram got banned multiple times for talking to children, because we've talked to quite a few accounts like you that have been banned. And the common theme is they all follow a lot of kids. So I know that whole answer about, and I'm not saying you have on your phone, man, but when was the first time it got sent to you?
It's never been sent.
I just don't believe that.
No, it's illegal. I mean,
You would do something illegal. You sent pictures of your to a minor.
well, yeah. But I never traded in child.
Okay. So just sending dick pictures to a 13-year-old is fine, but trading child porn is just a step too low for Steve.
Well, it's probably not right either.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm just like wondering, like, why is trading not okay, but asking a 13-year-old for nudes is, and sending her nudes, why is that okay, but porn isn't?
Well, it's not child porn, it's the act of sex. The act of two children having sex.
Not necessarily. Oh, okay. So when was the first time someone sent you a naked picture of a child? And I know it's happened before, Steve.
The first time?
Someone sent you a naked picture of a child. And I'm not saying it was child porn, people having sex. I know that's probably too far for a lot of us, but...
Well, I know there was one guy just the other day that got me kicked off of this particular because he sent him. I wasn't sending him back.
Right.
But just the fact that he sent it to me.
Like, just, and I'm not saying child porn, but like nude pictures of an underage kid.
They were naked.
Of an underage kid?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
How old?
I
Or
don't,
age range?
I don't know.
Can't give an age range?
No, his mother was sending it to me. She said she was around 12.
Oh, okay. And that's good. At least you haven't done child porn. That would have been a step too far. Naked pictures is fine. I agree. But, I mean,
say the mother of the child sent you the pictures?
Yeah, it was on Telegram.
Oh, a Telegram? Okay, okay. So who's this mother?
I don't know.
Okay. You sure it was the mother of the child or someone posing as the mother?
Well, she had an Instagram account.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Someone posing it. It showed pictures of her with her kids, so yeah.
Steve, I have a question. You said you got kicked off Instagram because this individual sent you, but then you said it was on Telegram. You mind keeping your story straight and not lying?
Well, no, this was two different people.
Oh, okay. So someone, and I'm not saying it's child, but someone sent you nudes of an underage kid on Instagram, then on Telegram too.
No, she didn't send them on Instagram.
Okay, just Telegram. So who is the one that sent you the underage nudes on Instagram?
I don't know.
Yeah, it was a her too.
It was, yeah. Like I said, it showed her and her daughter in many pictures. They live in Florida. That's all I know.
Nice, nice. God, they were pretty nasty, right? Like those people that sent them to you.
She, I don't know. You call her nasty. She seemed like a nice person.
How do you know her?
She followed me on Instagram.
Yeah. And you saved some of those photos just in case, like, if Instagram were to, ask for evidence from you to help report them. You saved some of those photos, right?
They weren't sent on Instagram.
On Telegram, I mean. I'm sorry. Just in case, like, say police come asking you for help in getting those people in trouble. You saved some of those photos, right? No. So where are they right now?
Lost, gone.
Okay. But you still have your Telegram account, right?
I do.
You said, "Thank you, babe. Now I can see all of you." Then you say, "Good morning, boo. Ready for the day." And on this page, she doesn't respond one time. So you texted her 4 times in a row. That's pretty desperate for a 13-year-old girl, Steve.
Over how many hours?
The course of, let's see.
Well, you're looking at 10, 12 hours.
Oh, 12. Yeah, well, 4 times over the course of 12 hours. I mean, that's kind of still weird, Steve.
Just see if she was there.
Okay. And since she wasn't interested in talking to you, it looked like, why do you still keep messaging her over and over?
Because she would eventually talk to me.
Okay, but why are you so interested in the 13-year-old girl doing this?
She came on to me too.
You messaged her first, Steve. She's not really coming on to you if there's no messages from her. If there's a whole page of messages of just you, it's not really her coming on to you.
Well, she replied. What can I say? She responded. She replied.
Oh, okay. True. So as long as they reply to you, it's all fine to talk to them?
Well, yeah. If you talk to someone and they don't reply, then no, you don't bother them.
Steve, but you do bother them. You have 8 times in a row where you texted her. I'm sorry, 4.
Well, it's not like if I would have texted her 4 times over a course of a couple of days and she didn't reply, then I wouldn't have contacted her.
But you did text her over the course of a couple of days.
But she always did eventually reply.
Okay, but what makes it okay that she's a 13-year-old girl?
Well,
and you use these pet names for her, like babe, boo. Why would you call a 13-year-old girl you're talking sexually to boo? Why do you keep
she started calling me boo first. Let's go down here.
Okay.
That was the name that she gave me first.
I'm not seeing that here, Steve.
Well, you didn't see.
We saw everything.
Well, this was on another account. This was from last year.
Okay.
We've been talking since last fall.
You've been talking since last fall?
Yeah.
Okay, so is that like a good thing?
No, I mean last fall. I mean nothing got bad until just this past month. I mean, if you could, yeah.
So you talking to a 13-year-old girl for 9 months while you're married?
No, not for 9 months.
Last fall, not 9 months?
Well, for a while there, she wasn't talking to me.
Oh, poor guy. Okay. Hi, Boo. Wow, so glad to see you. You're looking beautiful as always. And she says, "Thank you. What are you doing?" Been watching the opening ceremonies of the Olympics. How about you? Were you in the Olympics, Steve?
I was watching it.
Yeah, you seem to have like a gold medal in mental gymnastics by trying to talk your way through this. I think we should get you out there. You should replace some mobiles.
She asked me what I was doing, and we talked.
Okay. Then you send a picture of yourself. you send this selfie pose a lot right here, where it's just you, kind of just looking up at the sky like
Can you
this.
post like that real quick?
Yeah, just. This is you, right? Yes or no?
Can handle me.
The smiles for you. So glad you're back. Oh, you're so sweet. TBH. I didn't know the. Oh no. Then there's a whole page of you messaging again. You said, "I really like you, Hannah." So by like, that means. And I'm not saying you wanted to marry her, but you kind of had a crush on her, right? Yes or no?
Well, she is a good-looking woman.
Steve, are you Jewish?
No.
Okay, so in what world is a 13-year-old a woman?
Oh, good-looking girl.
And what we'll get to later is you also have a message where you said, my d is meant for young people. But we'll get to that later, Steve. You know, right now we're just in the grooming phase. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. I really like you, Hannah. So by like you, you know, you had a little bit of a crush on her, right? What were your feelings to her like? Why did you have a little bit of a crush?
Well, because she was nice. She talked to me,
Okay.
and we got along. We talked a lot about a lot of things.
No, it seemed like you just talked. She didn't really do that much talking.
Well, when she did talk back,
Then you say, good night, babe. See you tomorrow, after no response. Then you say, a day later, good morning, boo. No response. Then you say, 14 hours later, you there. And then finally, 12 hours after that, she says, good morning.
well, yeah, one message every 12 hours. I mean, that's not overloading it, is it?
No, it's not. It's still kind of weird that you quadruple text a 13-year-old girl over and over again. You don't see the weird part about this, dude?
Well, I can see that, yeah, how you would think it's weird, but when you just say, good morning, how you doing, that's not weird, that's just talking to somebody.
So why should a 63-year-old man be talking to a 13-year-old girl?
Well, she friended me first, and she initiated the conversation.
She did not initiate the conversation. She messaged you, not messaged, she followed you first.
Yeah.
I know that, but you said hi first.
Well, I don't remember who initially followed me first.
She followed you first, I'll tell you that, because we follow all of you people first. Because what we do is we go on pages, and everybody that likes the photos, we follow, and that's how we got you. You know which porn page I'm talking about, right?
I don't go on top. Okay.
Like the Russian gymnastics pages, etc.
You call that porn page?
It's a gateway. But like, those young girls pages where they pose and do all that, you know what I mean? I'm not saying it's not.
Well, no, it's not.
Yeah. But you were on one of those pages, liking the photos, and that's how we found you. Then, so here you say, hi, boo, how you doing? Where's my pictures, boo? You're still awake, babe. Good morning, love. And then you send what looks to be a pantsless photo right here.
Yeah.
So what was the point of you sending these pantsless photos? And after 4 messages of her not responding, what makes you think the mirror selfie is going to be the one that drops her pants?
I don't know what I was thinking when I said that.
All right. But what were you thinking when you talked to her in the first place? Is what I want to know.
Well, like I said, she started it with me. There's nothing wrong with talking with people, is there?
Talking to underage kids, there is something wrong with that. That's where we have the little disagreement. There is something wrong with that, Steve.
Well, there's plenty of people. I mean, you can talk to somebody and not become mad about it.
But did it lead to pictures from you, yes or no?
No.
Steve, you didn't send your...
No.
Steve, we have that saved.
Not to other people.
No, I'm talking about to the 13-year-old girl.
Well, yeah, I can't deny that. But as far as talking to other people, no, it wouldn't lead to that.
So like the other underage girls you talk to, you don't send photos?
No, most of them wouldn't reply. If you say hi to somebody and they don't reply back, most of the time I would not talk to them again.
Right.
So with Hannah, it's been an ongoing thing.
So because a 7th grader showed you attention, that's okay.
Well, she talked back to me, so yeah, I was going to talk back to her.
Why don't you talk to your wife? Why not talk to somebody over 18, Steve? That's legal.
There's plenty of people I talk to.
Over 18? So these other underage girls, I know you didn't send them dick pics, but you just said hi to them and they didn't respond?
Well, yeah, there's nothing wrong with saying hi to somebody. If they don't, like I said, if they didn't respond in a couple of days, then I wouldn't reply back.
All right. And then Then you still say, where are you, new IG. There's 2 whole pages of you just not doing anything. And then it looks like you send another mirror selfie of you. So again, what makes you think these mirror selfies with no pants on are going to be the thing to get her to respond or to get her interested in you?
It's just something I did.
That kind of seems like you're just building something up, like a Jenga tower, and then the solution to keep building it is just punching it and tearing it down when you send this.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense. Like, why are you not satisfied with your wife?
Well, she has disabilities.
So that means you don't, that means you don't like her.
No, she has physical disabilities.
Like what?
Well, like her back is spine. Her spine is crooked. Her back is crushed disc. She needs a hip replacement, and we haven't had sex in over 3 years.
I think she needs a husband replacement, Steve. You cheat on her when she's sick.
I haven't been cheating on her.
Well, what's your definition of cheating?
Well, I mean, this is going as far as physical.
Oh, okay. So while she's sick and in need, what you do is go text underage kids behind her back. Does that make you a good husband, Steve?
I'm here for her. That's all I do.
Are you? You seem to be on your phone a lot.
Not really, no.
So you sending pictures to other females, you don't see anything wrong with that with your wife.
Well, no, she wouldn't like that, of course she wouldn't.
Why not, Steve? I thought it's not cheating though.
Well, it's not physically cheating, but yeah, you could call it an emotional cheating.
Yeah, absolutely. Then you say you got a new IG account, SteveG195. Then you message him. Then you say, hi baby, we're back. I love you, Hannah. Then we say, hi boo, I love you too. So you said you love her. At what point in the conversation did you feel you started to fall in love with her? And I'm not saying you're in love now. I'm just saying,
I'm not in love with her. I love the idea that I thought that she liked me. That's what I love the idea.
But you said I love you. So what do you mean by that?
I love the fact that when she told me she loved me back.
Does your wife love you back?
Of course she does.
Okay, so why don't you like that feeling?
Well, it's, we've been around, we've been married over 30 years, the feeling kind of fades after a while.
Dude, she's literally freaking bent over backwards for you. And I'm not making fun of her disability, that would be mean, but she's literally bent over backwards for you all these years. And you do this by cheating on her.
And I do a lot for her.
Like what? What do you do for her?
I take care of her most of the time.
Uh-huh. So if she were to find out about this, what do you think would happen?
Well, she'd be mad, of course.
Yep. I love to hear that too, Boo. What you doing today? And then you comment on her story. So beautiful, Boo. I love you. You say I love you a lot to this 13-year-old girl. She's in 7th grade.
When she said it back to me, yeah.
I like you sending me pictures. I'll send when I can. You can send all you want, babe. Then you put a little tongue emoji. Can you resend a picture you sent me? Beautiful face with V-neck top. Beautiful. So what's enticing about a 13-year-old kid? But it's a 13-year-old. Do you not see anything wrong with a 13-year-old girl sending you stuff?
She never sent me anything nude.
Right. So I got a question for you. What's the definition of a file, Steve?
Someone that likes them girls.
Okay. And would you say?
I guess that could be classified as
a
I've never acted on it, and I probably wouldn't.
You wouldn't call sending pics to multiple kids acting on it?
Well, it's not physical, though.
Right. And I know Hannah's not the first kid you sent a pic to. I know that. We all know that. Who was the first kid? When did that happen?
Never done it.
Never? Well, you definitely received naked photos of kids. Then you say, going to bed, love, would love to cuddle with you tonight. So now you wanted to get physical. Why do you want to cuddle with a 13-year-old?
It's just saying I'd love to cuddle with you. Doesn't mean I would do it.
But you said you want to send her photos, and you send her photos. So if you're sexually attracted to her and sending her, what makes you? Why am I supposed to think you don't want to cuddle with her?
Like I said, it's fantasy.
It's not fantasy, because you actually sent her pics. And fantasy means something you want, right? It's something you fantasize about. Like, I fantasize about going to the NFL. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but I want to do it. So you obviously wanted to cuddle with her. What did you say?
Sure you can handle me?
Maybe you had the opportunity to. I'm not saying you did.
Not that the opportunity would ever arise.
Right, but if you had the opportunity, we would probably do it. What did you say?
No.
No, why not? You said it was your fantasy, so why not fulfill your fantasy?
Because that's where you draw the line between fantasy and reality.
Okay, but you also have received photos of naked girls before, and you've sent pictures to underage kids, so that's kind of more than a fantasy. What did you say?
It's not acting out of it, though.
Would you say someone making a girl take a photo naked is child abuse?
I didn't make her do anything.
No, I understand that,
She
but...
didn't do it.
No, I understand. I'm just saying in general, if somebody were to make a girl take a photo naked, would that be child abuse?
If they're forced to do it.
Yeah, so those pictures you received child abuse from this lady.
She sent them, she willingly sent them to me. I never asked her.
Did you buy them? Why does she willingly send them?
You have to ask her that.
Then you ask right here, I just saved down below, did you save your vagina, boo? So you asked her to take this photo of her.
No, I didn't ask her.
Why you ask, did you save your vagina, boo?
Yeah, she did.
So save a photo of her vagina?
No, I didn't say.
So what does it mean, save her? What does save your vagina?
Save.
It said save. Oh, okay, well it said save right here.
You never do a typo.
Well, I just don't know how you missed the H in shave. I did only one time though. I love being able to chat with you real time. Yes, it would be better if it rained. I miss you on here. I miss you too, babe. I need to be better again so I don't get punished again and not be able to talk to my boo. So you said you need to be better on Instagram. So what did you do to get banned? Because if someone else really got you banned, you wouldn't say you need to do better.
Well, you get banned saying a comment.
Not a problem.
Oh, okay. So you, and I'm not saying you did like act on it, but you commented stuff on underage girls' photos.
It doesn't have to be anyone underage. As long as somebody complains about a comment that they can be any age, okay.
Right.
Or somebody that was
Well, Steve, looking at your followers, you have a lot of underage followers. No, I'm sorry, you follow a lot of underage girls.
yeah, well, so
So what?
doesn't mean that.
People you message.
Yeah, and most of them don't message me back.
Okay, but
Majority of
you
them.
see, a pedophile would reach out to these multiple underage kids, right?
Well, yeah, they probably would.
You know how many crimes you committed just in these messages? A lot, dude.
Not too bad.
Yeah, a lot. Okay, get used to it. Chores are for life. Glad you're helping out your grandma. You have kids?
No, no kids.
Good. Not now, love, but maybe I can call you later from SeaTac. When we meet you, you can Uber to me. I will drive you home. Make sure you get home safe. So you talked about meeting her, so this wasn't really a fantasy.
Talk about me.
Sure, but why'd you want to drive her home? That kind of seems like an in-person thing, Steve.
If it ever happened.
Why do you keep wandering around? Are you like a homeless college professor? What's going on here?
Happened if it didn't happen.
Yeah, but are you nervous?
Well,
You seem to be pacing around.
so what do you do?
Do you want me to call the cops?
No.
Why not? It's just fantasy. Oh my god. Why not? It's fantasy. So why not call the cops?
Well, they wouldn't see it like that. And you know they would.
I don't think anybody would.
No.
Okay. Oh, you like that, eh? I'm sorry. For what, love? Calling LOL. Oh, that's okay, baby. I didn't call that what counts. I hope to be at the airport at 7:30. What were you doing at the airport? From where?
From New Mexico.
Okay. Hi, boo. Oh, you look so handsome. You really think I'm handsome, love? Have you been entertaining my? I've been entertaining my mom and brother. Hope your day's been good. I do, and I'm sorry. Is your wife inside right now?
Yeah.
Is your mom inside?
No, you see, I talk to her about a lot of stuff. It doesn't always come down to bad stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like, would love to wash your back in the shower isn't too bad. Like, being naked with a 13-year-old girl, it's not too bad.
It's being a fantasy.
A fantasy?
I never intended to do any of it.
Huh? You never intended to do any of this, but why'd you talk about meeting her then?
She wanted to do it.
Steve, it seems like you're the only one talking about meeting here. Then you send her multiple videos.
Then you send her multiple videos right here. That would be pretty fun, so pretty. Then you say the shower would be paradise. Yes, it was home now. Would have been more pretty if you were there with me. So why would it be better if she was in the shower with you as a 13-year-old girl, Steve?
What if that was home?
Yes, it was. Am home now. And you said the shower would be paradise with her.
Well, actually, that would have been more pretty if she. I was out. That was when I thought that was maybe when I was at the airport.
Oh, okay. If she was at the airport with you?
If she was at the airport.
So it seems like you really wanted her to be with you a lot, Steve.
Well, it's like I said again. If she was, she wouldn't
Yeah.
be, and it didn't happen.
And I'm not saying you're the one initiating it, but if she was going to follow through with meeting, you would come meet her too, right? At the airport, for example? Yes or no?
No, she didn't go.
Well, if she was there, I'm not saying you would have done anything bad with her, but you would have at least said hi to her, right? Yes or no?
If she would have came to the airport when I was there, well, yeah, I would have said hi to her.
You would have said hi. And if she came to your house and Ubered, you would have said hi probably too?
No.
No?
She wouldn't come to my house.
Why not?
Because I wouldn't have done it.